Joining me on this edition of the MMJHL podcast is Aaron Neilson, forward assistant captain for the River East Royal Knights. Aaron, the team's coming off of a tough weekend. It's been a tough go this season compared to last year's 6-14-2 in the standings. Can you tell me about what the vibe is like around the team right now amidst all the struggles?
Um, we're just all kind of trying to stay, just trying to stay lighthearted and stay positive through it all. Obviously, it's a tough stretch, right? But things like that happen. There's teams that can really turn it up after Christmas and go on a run in the playoffs, right? So yeah, we're just trying to kind of keep high spirits and yeah.
Yeah, and you're totally right in that. There is quite a lot of season to go still after Christmas. Things can change. And for this team last year, as you were a part of it, ended up finishing second in the MMJHL standings, bowing out early in the first round. But can you talk about what you feel like maybe the differences are compared to last year's team to this year's team? Is it just a slump, like you say, or are there differences out there that have kind of led to these struggles?
Yeah, there's obviously differences. We lost some pretty key guys last year, not just on the ice, but also in the room. Like we lost every single one of our leaders, like in terms of having a letter. So, there's differences like that, but at the same time, it's a slump, and I know we'll get over it. Just a matter of time now. And yeah, like I said earlier, it's just got to stay positive through it. But yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
and I mean this team almost made it out of that slump this past weekend against the Fort Garry Twins, losing to them in a close one, 5-4, losing the game before 9-4, and the Sunday before that to the St. Vital Junior Victorias 5-4. But before that, Aaron, this team beat one of the hottest teams in the league right now in the Pembina Valley Twisters. So obviously, like you said, it's a slump. But what have you seen in terms of the positives that this team can build on to have more success in the new year?
Yeah, we're a young team. Like we have a bunch of young guys with a lot of speed. I think that's definitely one of our best attributes. I think it's just at this point, it's just kind of all of us buying in. Maybe it's a little bit of a team chemistry thing that could be improved upon, but we're a fast team. We move the puck well. Yeah, I think it's just at this point, it's just all needing to kind of buy in to systems and whatnot. And yeah, like I said, it's only a matter of time before things start trending upwards. So, yeah, we have high hopes right now.
Let's get into yourself now, Aaron. You lead this team in points with 20 and 22 games played. You had a career high 66 points in 45 games played last season. You've always been more of a playmaker on paper as you've had more assists compared to your goals throughout the years. It's the same this year, 7 goals, 13 assists for the 20 points. Is that who you are as a player out there, a playmaker that kind of highlights parts of your games?
Honestly, I would say I'm more of a shooter, but obviously the numbers say different. But I would like to think I'm a bit more of a shooter. This year, it obviously is a little bit different, but there's lots of good guys on our team who can get me the puck, and I love to shoot the puck. So, um, yeah, this year haven't been producing to the best of my ability, I think, but Um, yeah, I guess I also like to dish it too, but yeah, I'd say I'm more of a shooter.
Right. And I mean, you had 23 goals in those 45 games last season, taking a step up from your production the year before. Obviously, there was a lot more team success that season, but talk about what that was like for your confidence, knowing, okay, I can take that next step with my goal scoring ability in your second full season in the league last year.
Yeah, it was huge. Like you said, we had a really good team last year, but in terms of myself, it was a huge confidence booster. Just it kind of felt like everything was going in last year, and just the puck was on my stick a lot, and it felt really good. Yeah, I had um high hopes coming into this year that it would be the same, and like I said, there's still lots of season left to turn that around, but Um, you know, I think I can get back to that level soon, and I think other guys on the team will as well. So,
For you and your third full season on pace for that in the league this year. Like you've talked about, as we've talked about so much, this team still looking to get things going. Things have gone a bit differently, of course. Like you said, you haven't produced to the best of your abilities, but going off of that, what have been the things that you've been doing outside of the points that have been benefiting this year's Royal Knights team?
Yeah, I think I've really tried to kind of focus more on my two-way game. Past years I've kind of struggled with that. I think it was not so much a priority and I was more one-dimensional. Um, but I think that just kind of like the defensive game comes with age kind of. So I've really tried to dial that in and just, I played more PK and stuff this year. So I think that's, if you're not scoring, you got to find a way to contribute to the team in other ways, whether it's throwing a big hit or blocking a shot, getting a stick in the lane. So I've really just kind of tried to, yeah, focus on other ways to help the guys. Yeah.
So part of the leadership group, Aaron, obviously a lot of boys looking at you along with the other captains. Like you said, losing some leaders last season has played some parts in terms of this team not having quite the same success. Is there an overall message that you feel like you want to send to the team throughout, these struggles? Like we talked about, or is the message just simply that we have the talent, it's just a slump that every team goes through?
Yeah. I think it's just kind of sticking with the process and being patient because, like you said, we have what it takes and things are going to get better if we just continue to dial it in, come to the rink every day with good attitudes, and that's really all that matters. That's all we can do, right? So,
Well, you boys are going up against the best team in the MMJHL, as everyone knows, the St. James Junior Canucks coming up this Friday on the road. Team in the league versus one of the worst right now, you guys. But does that kind of maybe play into a positive for this River East Royal Knights team, knowing that you boys are going to leave it all out on the ice and maybe might not be taken as seriously out there, knowing the record just psychologically that way?
yeah, it's obviously going to be a great challenge. Teams, like you said, they might not take us so serious as other guys, but um, we welcome that. We're going to come in there. We're gonna throw hits. We're gonna do the best we can to the best of our ability. We're gonna try to get that win. That's all that matters. So, yeah, I mean, s- they're a great team, but we are welcoming the challenge and yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, this River East Royal Knights team will be playing Sunday as well at Seven Oaks Sportsplex, and then Tuesday against the Railer Express at Terry Sawchuk Arena. Aaron, thanks for coming on and joining this edition of the MMJHL podcast. It was great to finally meet you face to face after we've been trying to get this going for the past week. Best of luck on Friday, and hoping that this River East Royal Knights team can make it out of the slump like we've talked about. You take care, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.